I mean, I've definitely heard of being flat-chested, but how about being flat-backed? And I'm sorry, but I still can't get over the fact that my memory card has a rack!
And then your dad would come in. And then he'd say to you, oh!
He'd say to me, Lulu? So, about a month ago, we watched a Caddy video about DreamWorks games. And in the recommended feed and from my editor, I heard that we should next watch the useless world of PS1 accessories. So this is a lengthy one, chat. We gotta lock the heck in. We gotta be here for a while. I hope you guys are looking forward to it, because I didn't own a PS1. I'm not a PlayStation haver. My first console was a Game Boy, non-color, OG, I'm old. And I always really wanted a PlayStation. All of my friends had these. They had the cool, what was it called? Toy? For their PlayStation setup, and I always wanted one of these. Maybe I will want them a little bit less after today's video. After the DreamWorks video, I am vibrating with excitement and fear. Hey!
Where are you? No, I didn't say go to New Zealand. I said go and get me New Zealand.
His minis are out!
Hello.
Do you ever think his neighbors know that he's a content creator? Do you guys think his neighbors know, or are they just too British to ask the question? They're in the backyards going, oh, and go back inside to have some tea.
I'm Caddicarus, and you're not. You want to know something that everybody
Dang
loves?
it! I wish I would.
Video game accessories. You know, when you take something like a controller that works, and then you make it stop working.
Tony Hawk is great fun, but you know what I hate? Doing this. We need to make that more fun. Real-life skateboard, not only even more fun than that, but also works much better. Thank God we don't need to worry about hitting that one button ever again. I didn't even do that! Now, I'm not just an old, forgotten hag. I do think that accessories in video games have their place, and PlayStation in particular have been ahead of the curve with tons of useful ones, or ones that just provide good, clean fan. That's
disgusting. I used to have one of those keyboards.
dirty fan. Like the Guitar Hero controller,
Yeah!
the PS3 memory card adapter, the PS2
Rarest
DVD
item ever.
remote, the PlayStation VR, and even the PS3 6-axis motion controller, which went down extremely well in the incel market. Thanks, David Cage! But for every...
What? Is this Heavy Rain? Did we miss the Hong Kong scene in Heavy Rain? We should have played this on the console. I'm so mad.
Bra removal tutorial. There's
God
a
damn
TV
it.
signal aerial for the PSP, or a PS Vita only memory card, or a PS3 book, or a...
What are those? Slime! Dragon Quest slime! Caddy once said his people see me and I can't run away because I'm wearing a heel. I hope his neighbors love his video.
Dragon Quest slime
Oh.
controller.
Wow! Okay, I want
This
that
is
so bad.
comfortable. He's looking at it.
If you ever wonder what it looks like behind the VTuber avatar, that's just...
I'm okay
that's it.
with this. Or even PlayStation Move boxing gloves. Yes, these are real. It's just a regular boxing glove with an elastic strap for the controller. It does absolutely nothing. You still have to hold the controller. What else am I supposed to do with this? Punch someone and then immediately celebrate? And this is just me talking about nowadays. Did you know that Sony were the kings of useless
Just
plastic
look at-
shit? Even back in the day when they were making prototype controllers and then leaving them at the
Wow.
bus station for people to take and then sell for £9,000. And even though you got the occasional useful or cool
I gotta go and log into my eBay for no reason in particular.
thing like the vibrating double analog stick DualShock controller, or interchangeable memory cards, or unofficial cheat discs to break your
He's just
games in
looking
half, the PS1 had
with
even
desire.
more absolute garbage tier accessories than
is
people
that
realize.
commercial?
So welcome one and all to my... bleh. So welcome one and all to my journey, looking through as many PS1 accessories that I could find on eBay. Or afford, because holy shit, second mortgage. But I don't want to start off negatively. I'm someone who likes to look for the good in everything. So before we jump into the skid marks, let's take a look at the nice clean pants, such as with this
controller.
thing here, the PS1 multi-tap. Aha! Good day, mates!
Australia mention!
Core blimey! The PS1 multi-tap, or if you'd prefer, the multi-branchment, was one of the first accessories released for the PS1 and is a nifty little device to allow you to play 4-player local multiplayer. And that's it. But I always thought this thing looked pretty cool. It could even help you out with your math. But whatever you do not directly touch the metal part, or I'll have to get a restraining order. Other than that, though, there's not much to say.
Actually,
it's
don't
4 controller slots that plugs into 1 controller slot. If you drop
I would touch the middle part.
it on the floor, it'll come back to you. And after the Nintendo 64 came out with 4 controller ports already installed, Sony executives then realized they shat it all up and went, ah! Oh, and while we're on the topic of Sony messing things up, let's talk about this thing. Now, I know what you're going to say.
Touch the middle part.
Caddy, that isn't an accessory. It's a rope. Well, no, this is an optional thing that you used to be able to buy for your PlayStation, and it was for this exact purpose. If you happen to have 2 giant CRT TVs, which are just like regular TVs nowadays, but with diabetes, 2 PS1 controllers, 2 copies of a certain game, and then put all of them together in the same room, you could play 2-player multiplayer. Yes, I'm not joking. Only about 5 PS1 games in total were compatible with 4-player with this thing, so mostly you were doing this for the sake of 2-player. Probably because they knew that you wouldn't be able to fit 4 people in a room where you set it all up. When the PS1 first
I want to see somebody set this up with 4 people. So bad.
In 1995, many of its multiplayer games were not compatible with 2 controllers out of the box, even though there's 2 slots for 2 controllers on it out of the box. So that meant if you were a kid in the mid-90s, you needed to go through all of this effort just to play Wipeout 2097 with little Johnny Toe Rag. Sony justified this baffling thing by arguing it was like an arcade experience at home, but you weren't in an arcade, you were in Mummy's study.
Hold up, I can do that with the GameCube's Cannonball. I'm interested.
I forgot the people.
Early days of gaming sure were something. You guys remember buying that cable on for your Game Boy Color so you could connect with your friends to exchange Pokemon? You guys have friends and parents willing to buy the cable so you could make more friends? I think the setup is crazy. You should have seen LAN parties. Every time somebody says LAN party, I think of the guy taped to the ceiling meme.
Oh no, what else is in there? This thing is an umbilical
them
cord
make
of hate.
CRT.
It's useless. I never knew anybody that owned one. And if you're upset with me saying this about your beloved rubbery intestine, please ring up and send in all of your complaints to 0800 303 30080 883 0033 08 3 8 8 8
Terms and conditions may apply.
3 8. What's that smell? Ah! It's a rat! It's a rat! Kill it! Kill it! This is the PS1
Sony
mouse,
mouse?
a Walmart special for $14.96, including tax. And honestly, I think that's a bargain. It even comes with a free piece of gum from 1995. Yes, my friends, if you lived in the 90s and were too cheap for a then this was the best compromise you could deal with to get a PC experience on your TV. Check it out, you even got a really sweet mouse mat. Isn't it supposed to be white? Now, I actually think this is one of the coolest additions to the PS1. At this point, I'd usually make some comment about P, but this thing works perfectly for the few point-and-click games available on the PS1. And it gives you smoother mouse movement than Will Smooth. It even allows you to aim and shoot in a few first-person shooters. Well, that's very good. The best thing about it, though, undoubtedly, is that it can be used to play Irritating Stick. This is what made the PS1 mouse fly off the shelves, the chance to turn Irritating Stick into Reasonable Stick.
What is Irritating Stick?
Come on. Come on. No.
Look at the little ball inside the mouse. Wow, I feel old now.
Here's another thing you could choke on, the Pocket Station. The first ever portable Sony console. Yeah, you thought the PSP was the first? You're thick. And here it is. Isn't it precious? No, it isn't a gravestone for moths. It's a Japanese-only, ultra-tiny game console that triples as a PS1 save game manager and an alarm clock.
On my way to eBay right now. This is so cute.
The most important things you need in your pocket. You can use it as a standard memory card and then look through the save data later on with tiny bit-crushed animated save game icons. Yeah, you wink at me, Coco. Don't worry. I know I'm hot. You can change the volume. Yes, that's a separate feature, but the best thing is when it works with certain PS1 games for extra features and to download mini-games directly onto it to play portably. Like Block QT, which sounds like a Minecraft babe, but is actually a breakout clone that triples the length of the stage and makes the ball the size of measles. There's also Pocket Moo Moo, a space shooter with absolutely no cows, and Tales of Eternia, a rhythm game mixed with Tamagotchi but with a real woman. And just like in real life, I can never seem to make her happy. Some of these save
Tamagotchi with women went.
icons though look like
Looks
phlegm.
frustrating.
Believe it or not,
I'm
this is
in.
Solid Snake. More like deflated hippo. Although, to be fair, this Rupture Farms icon from Oddworld looks pretty damn great. Oh, sorry, it's not Oddworld in Japan, it's Abe a Go-Go. Why is he coming out of his own? Honestly, this version of the game is worth owning alone just for the Japanese Abe voice. Listen to how cute it is.
Hello, Matete. Come on.
It's like if Abe was voiced by
Cute
Michael
as
Jackson.
heck.
Come on. Come on.
Doo-doo, feces.
And as far as the slick voices go, I think he's having a hernia.
But Abe is just too damn cute.
He's still terrifying. What do you mean? I've seen lots of little black and white consoles like this on Temu. Okay, chat, new video idea. We buy a handful of little black and white consoles, review them, and then distribute them at charity shops across the UK.
Hey guys, come down and see this.
I love Abe. He's so
Oh,
scary.
wait.
What do you mean?
She took the kids.
like I said, this thing was sadly Japanese only and never made it out of its home country. But Sony did at one point have bigger plans for it, since a few Western games do work with it, like Ridge Racer Type 4 and even Final Fantasy VIII. But it really is only a few. You'll find that 98% of all compatible games have to be the Japanese copy.
What is... Wait, what? Are there gloopers? Sorry, are their eyes as big? In Crash Bandicoot 3? Is this a region thing? He looks kind of cute.
Sure you dig up your Japanese Metal Gear Solid from Konami the best.
Yeah, they sure are.
And get ready to learn a brand new language from space, otherwise you're better off just... Oh no, scratch that. You don't need to learn Japanese. The Crash 3 manual is English. I mean, don't you remember his famous Ringo bazooka?
I like children.
And now we move on to one of the coolest things I own. Yes, if you didn't think your PS1 already looked enough like a toilet,
Oh shit.
then feast your eyes on this bastard. Eat your heart out, Steam Deck. Steam Deck, what is that? A cruise ship? Nintendo Switch? What's that? I thought I already had one of them. If you wanted to play 3D games on the go in the late 90s and early 2000s, you got this thing. The
It's a portable DVD player, but better. He does look cute. Chat, you gotta go get glasses.
LCD screen.
Anime woman Tamagotchi!
PS1 little crinkly dentist. I have wanted this thing desperately ever since I was a kid when I first saw an ad for it in the front cover inlay for Stuart Little 2. Sometimes the best things come in little packages. The PS1 LCD screen
what my
for
mom
men
says
below the
too.
national average.
Oh, lovely. Now I'm thinking
Stuart
about
Little.
Stuart Little's Little Stuart.
The screen itself comes with built-in speakers, brightness buttons, and even a headphone jack. All you need is a power supply wall socket near you, and you're ready to go. I've always wanted to play Goofy's Funhouse in McDonald's. As long as you can plug it in and have a PS1 disc and controller, you can use it. You can even play it on the train if you want.
Yes! I beat Psycho Mantis!
I cannot deny that this is probably my favorite PS1 accessory of all time.
Using that accessories when I
even
was in
for as
high
toilety
school.
as it looks. You see,
It's
this
so
is where
cute.
the brown goes, and this is the secret bit.
Do you think
Did you guys know that there's a Stuart Little game? Because I was not ready.
they animated it under his trousers?
Oh, I completely forgot to tell all of you. Recently, I noticed that fuel prices were going up, so I did the sensible thing and I got me one of them new hybrid cars. Kill me! But this
Oh
next
my
thing I'm going to show
God.
you, way cooler than that. And it cost me more money.
Do you think the dad or the mom was the car?
I'm broke.
Now, the LCD screen may be my favorite PS1 accessory, but this is without a doubt the crown jewel of my PS1 collection so far. See this box? It isn't any ordinary PS1 console box, because inside it is a NetEurose development kit PS1, which is not only able to play any PlayStation game from any region, but is also in matte black. It's an American plug, so I can't use it. This thing looks so good, man. Look at it. Oh, it's pretty. Oh, be my wife. I'm not even kidding. It's making me hyperventilate.
The freeze frame got me again. But what if you have greasy fingers still when you touch your controller? Won't that ruin the matte part? There's
For
also
those who
battery
don't know, all the
attachments
way
for
back in the late
screen.
90s, this system was available
Whoa.
for sale, bundled with a development
You
kit
can play it
to connect to your
anywhere.
computer, allowing the public to create their own PS1 games from scratch just for fun. After which, these nutcases would then give their games away for free via PlayStation demo discs in magazines, the ultimate form of unpaid labor. Take notes, EA. The console I personally
Oh my
own does have
God.
the original system and box it came in, but none of the software discs, manuals, or coding books. So me making my own game is not going to happen today. Or probably ever, but at the very least, I can finally say that I own the piece of hardware that birthed the greatest death sound of all time.
That was done with this.
Surprisingly though, there's
I think this is so cool. This is like you know how Mario had that level maker game? Holy shit. Could you imagine this for a PlayStation?
tons of rules for it, just look at this. Don't use a
Whoa.
mining drill on it, don't set it on fire, and while you're at it,
Don't look
don't
as
touch
greasy
it,
and
but
glossy
that's
plastic.
not all. Don't plug it in, don't feed it,
Really?
don't paint it, don't plug it in, don't put games in it, don't boil a kettle on it, don't slap it while a window's open, don't use it in an earthquake, don't sleep on it, don't use it as
Aw.
a shoe, and whatever you do, don't listen to music. Just in general. You'll die. In fact, the
A light in the distance. Look at that baby, he is becoming a game dev.
only rule here that doesn't have a giant no next to it is a picture of a baby reaching for it, so make sure you teach your kids to climb up and grab it.
Is that the scary?
Okay, we've made a pretty good start into this
Is that the
video,
scary
I'd
sheep
say,
mannequin
and for the
again?
most part, we've seen some pretty nifty PS1 gadgets. Some pretty useful, some pretty cool. It's been alright so far. But not anymore. It's time to turn up the vomit volume, because
Oh,
from
God.
now on, until the end of this
Liam, look
video,
at me!
we are scraping the bottom of the crusty
doing
barrel.
great.
Oh, you want to know what I think we really need for the PS1? Oh, no, Bill. What do we need? Oh, well, John, I'll tell you what we need. I don't know. We need a mobile phone adapter. No, I'm not
bunch of-
joking. This is a device to connect a 90s cell phone to your PS1 with a
I want to take a
software
call
disc.
in 1994.
Is that PlayStation? The best way I can describe this ridiculous thing is that
Does
if
it
you
still
owned a
work?
Japanese cell phone that was compatible with Docomo's iMode, you could wire your brick into your PS1 and basically unlock it as a retro smartphone. Think of it like an external display. You could do all of your contact and office organizing, transfer data
Whoa.
and games to your phone, and even use your phone's network provider to browse the internet on your TV.
Hello? Oh. The baby didn't make it.
You heard it right here, folks. Once
Oh my god, rest in peppers. Can we get some all sevens and 10 for the baby? Is that Elmo? This is the kind of I would buy. Whether it's the 90s or right now, I would. Unfortunately, I would. I'm the proud owner. I'm the proud owner of 3 different Japanese flip phones. None of which really work in the UK. This is the kind of sheep I would do.
you could be on your PS1 playing Sesame Street Sports, and then the next you could plug in your phone and mash one out. Have a look at this Mayan artifact, Motorola
Whoa.
Graphite. They aren't even pretending it doesn't look like a slab of concrete. You know what though?
It's
I do miss
beautiful.
the days when
Dog
bad
beans.
phone signal meant grow more phone. And this thing is so old the battery turned into sawdust.
Please make sure you put gloves on if your battery leak like this. It's actually quite dangerous and it can make you very sick. Please put on gloves. Well, you have JP flip phones. It doesn't work in the UK because I lived in Japan and I bought them. I thought they were cool. I love retro tech.
Have I sinned this man? No, I haven't.
Ding dong
Is
ding.
he
There's
there?
someone at the ding. I wonder who that. Yes. Hello, Caddy.
Oh, cripes, it's my evil twin brother, Baddie!
Yes. So what do you want? Is that a PS1 train controller? No. What you're looking at here is the
Do you think his girlfriend, wife, dog throws those at him? I just want to know.
Go to Premium Pack, a Japanese-only PS1 bundle pack with 2 things: a train simulator game and a train deck controller that was made only
Wow.
for this single game and nothing else. Choo-choo, Thomas. This thing is absolutely adorable. I can't hate it. It's like a real tiny train for real tiny Tom Cruises. It even has a tiny drink holder for your tiny
I like
Mountain
trains.
Dew.
Meow. Wait, Odensa Dego? I have played this. It's quite fun. You've played this? This is like a mainstream thing. Do people play this? This feels like this is for 3 train nerds, like those 3 train nerds that bought a set of train doors for their apartment so they could pretend to be in the subway. Japanese Twitter is beautiful. Thomas the Tank Engine! Simulator.
Oh, this is the single most seductive train simulator I've ever played. Look at the high energy, the passion, the craft of the editing. It's bordering on 18 plus. Oh, watch out! It's an anime girl! On the train! Okay, there's how they go! So here we are at the main menu. Now, the menu is navigated by
so
you pushing and pulling
cute.
this little mushroom while the horn buttons confirm and go back. And to be honest, I'm terrified by whatever the material hall of train is, so let's keep things simple in our arcade mode.
Dang it.
That
They all
one.
look like train...
Yeah. He's got a friendly
Announcements.
face. Okay, so now we
At
have
train
our
stations.
objective. Drive a
Beautiful.
train. Thanks for the hints. I can't read them. And with that, we unlock the
The
brakes
doors
with
are
this
closing,
thing
be
here,
careful.
pull this thing back to give it gas, and oh my god, we're a train! And you know the best thing? That's all you need to know. It's really that simple. You move this to the right whenever you want to tighten the brakes, and pull this back whenever you want to... So even though I don't know what this is or what that is, it doesn't matter because I know the speed limit, I know how
told
much
you the
time I
rubber.
have left, and I know how far away I am from my next checkpoint. Oh no, I'm running out of time. Oh god, come on, come on, come on. I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna make it, come on, I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna make it!
ダイヤを守ってくださいね。
You're welcome. Oh, damn it, I failed. Fine, I'll continue.
No.
Huh?
No.
Game over? I lost the whole game because
You didn't park your train in the correct place.
I wanted to keep going. Oh, what's that? I got a high score? That's nice
What
of
a
you.
remake.
What's my
With this,
name?
the controller would
Soil.
sell
And this is all
millions?
Very well and good.
I wouldn't say that I wouldn't play it.
But
The
can
kind
you
of thing
play
I would.
Crash Bash with
do
it?
for
Boot
Jack.
up the game, and unfortunately, we can't move the cursor, but I can select whatever option is already highlighted, meaning I can actually boot up single player, no problem. And this was all gearing up to be a massive disappointment until we got to the warp room, at which point, all hell broke loose. Your eyes don't deceive you. I am perpetually running in place without actually moving anywhere as a monkey with a crocodile tail and a blowhole for a face. In fact, I
Crash
can't do
Bash!
anything other than
Is
run
this the Crash
left, run
Bandicoot
right,
fighting
and
game?
run towards the camera. I can't go forward at all. And because I can't go forward, I can't pick any levels. But at
Aw.
least I can do a damn good running man. Yeah, boy! Working sync to left!
Okay, so maybe this controller only works with left and right movements, so why don't we try a racing game like Roll Cage?
Well, for some reason, whenever the game starts up with the train controller plugged in, it boots up in French. It must be because it reminds it of the Eurostar. As you can see, it is absolutely unplayable chaos,
The
which is a
Eurostar is
massive
still
shame
going?
because now
I
I
thought
have
they
to
shut it
quit on that
down.
course when I really want to continue here.
The French.
But now we have to ask a real question.
Crash
Can
Bash
you
Mario
drive
Party
Legacy of
game? That's
Kain
so
Soul
cute.
Reaver with a train?
Here is the game. As you can see, we've left the station, and the weird thing is that every single position on the train does something slightly different. I don't think I can get out of this. Oh, I don't want to get out of this room anymore. This is a great time. Yeah, go on, fit off.
Well, I mean, you've got more movement than Crash Bash.
Do-do,
And much like
do-do.
Roll Cage, every single notch on both sticks does a completely different combination of things. Do you want to move forward while keeping the camera rotating? Do you want to crawl while shifting back and forth? Do you want to jump around in a stupid circle like some sort of Maytime fertility ritual? Then there's a gear stick position for you.
Wow.
If you ever wanted to feel like a tiny man trying to pilot somebody's brain while they have a blood clot, then this is the game for you. But what about a 2D platformer like the original Gex? Sadly, that doesn't work whatsoever, but
Cannonball, I found him. We made a lizard joke ages ago in a video, and Cannonball edited in this guy. Now I know what he is.
do you know what
My
does
curse has been lifted.
rival schools?
Found!
Apparently, I'm picking them.
Well, these kids must love school so much they can't stop themselves jumping 30 feet in the air every 2 seconds. Whoa, slow down, old horse. And aside from the non-stop jumping, I could only figure out how to move left and right with one end of the controller and grab or kick with the other end. Amazingly though, I'm somehow winning. Oh yeah, I'm drop-kicking kids in the face with a train brake.
And that was the train controller. What? You don't think it can get any worse?
You
Oh,
win,
trust me,
Gex.
it gets weirder than that from here on out, let me
What kind
tell
of
you.
game is Gex?
that is far from the end of the treasure trove. I mean, take a look at this thing even. Yeah, it's a Resident Evil gamepad, made specifically and only for Resident Evil games.
The run.
Someone tell Sana. This reminds me of when they made those Resident Evil joke gamepads. You guys remember those? The one with Leo's Dumpy on it?
Button is right next to the ready weapon button. Firing your weapon is a separate trigger on the back, with that half of the controller being shaped like a handgun. Your map and inventory have separate buttons each, and it even has a turbo mode in case you want to do this.
Yeah, what's coming up next gets even more demented than that.
I like the handle
Even
for
in the
it.
world of something as
That's
simple
so cool.
and innocuous as the PS1 memory card. Yeah. Even these tiny little things can be screwed up.
That memory card looks like it's about to sell me something.
Hello, I'm Spons!
Oh, my favorite character is back. It looks sick, right?
And today I'm here to talk to you about NordVPN.
Yeah,
the
get
#1
that
rated
bag.
VPN from Nord.
NordVPN is a
Nord.
service that
Look at him. He thinks your credit card looks hot. And who
Card
can blame
holder
him?
name?
That jawline.
I'm naming my first child card holder name. Credit card companies will not know what to do with him.
And he's got a salmon.
Well, don't worry, because with NordVPN, you can remove him.
With their new threat protection feature, keeping you
Oh my
extra
God.
safe from... I've been making parts of this video away from home using NordVPN on public Wi-Fi while keeping completely secure.
But you still need to keep your door secure. Hello.
There are thousands of servers around the...
Just change your virtual location and get in there.
Unblock region-locked games, find discounts from other countries, avoid DDoS attacks, block malware-ridden websites.
If all of this sounds good to you,
Look at Honkadonkers on Twitter.
then head to the description right now to nordvpn.com/Caddicarus and use the promo code Caddicarus. CADDICAR. Can we get an easier code?
And you'll get an exclusive offer of a 2-year plan with the first month entirely free.
Not to mention, if you don't like this service, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee for you and me. So get NordVPN today. Oh my God! Once again, the web address and promo code, nordvpn.com/Caddicarus. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to bed. Are you making me save South Park Chef's Love Shack?
These were some of the best things about the PS1. You saved your game to these, and not the physical games themselves like with most of the Nintendo library. If you needed to replace your game disc for whatever reason, the memory card was always going to be there to catch you.
In the arms of an angel.
You got your basic grey official ones, but for a lot of people, they were a little too expensive-wency, so instead you got yourself a third-party one, usually from a video game store
Why
with its
does it look
branding
like that?
spat all over it, but sometimes with cool little extra benefits like digital displays to let you know how many memory blocks you had left on that card, or extra info printed on the back, like how many megabytes it is, which doesn't help you in any single way even slightly. And then you have the ones where you're sitting there and you say to yourself, oh boy, I really like this plastic shell that saves my games, but I really wish it had more driver on it. And then boom! Well, there you go. Wish granted. Check out this disgraceful turd. This was officially licensed by the makers of the game, by the way. It's one thing adding a monocle on
is
top of
that?
a thing that does absolutely nothing, but
Why would you hate on monocles? On my good Christian Minecraft stream. I even have a tiny monocle on top of my regular monocle. What's wrong with monocle?
Yoink.
My first time seeing this guy, he's really funny. He does tons of these cool... Did you take... Cool video essays. Did you take my monocle?
they went the extra step to assure that the bloody logo is upside down whenever you use it. Gee, thanks, Mum. I always wanted to play that game, Benibd. Well, thankfully, if you don't like Driver 1 or you don't want your memory card looking like an Egyptian hieroglyphic slab, you can have a Driver 2 memory card instead. Much better. Simple, sophisticated, the right way up,
Wow.
and surprisingly curvy. Why does this memory card have
Smart.
childbearing hips? And then, all the
Never
way
noticed your
in
monocle had a monocle for a
America,
monocle.
hotshot business CEO heard someone say this and got an idea.
Jerry, we need to make our memory cards hot!
No, sir, stop it! Isn't this enough?
It needs tits, Jerry!
And so we ended up with this, the Tomb Raider 3 character memory card that is literally just the top half of Lara Croft surgically fused onto a bit of plastic. The
Wood.
attention to detail of
Thank
which
you.
is so accurate, they made extra sure to put holes where they would be in real life. Although there are 3 here, so I guess she had a bad tear. Special serial numbered collector's edition. Wow, sounds rare. I'd better make sure to be extra careful when I remove it. Oops.
No! Lara!
I heard you liked Lara's baps. I mean, if you want to talk about unnecessary, this is probably where the definition of the word came from. Sure, it's a functional PS1 memory card, but that's all there is to it. You can't use it as an action figure. She's upside down while you're using it. Her waistline doesn't fit on the plastic. Her entire back half doesn't exist. I mean, I've definitely heard of being flat-chested, but how about being flat-backed? And I'm sorry, but I still can't get over the fact that my memory card has a rack. I suppose you could argue at least they focused on the right end, but just let that sink in for a second.
Can we make USB sticks with honker donkers? New VTuber merch idea. Ooh, Market, get on my level. She's perfect. I want her to be the mother of my children. Got that Hank Hill booty? Does Hank Hill have no dumpy? That's really sad for Hank Hill, but a little bit funny.
This is the only thing in the world that saves your PS1 games and has
I could do this.
breeks.
Make them soft.
And then your dad would come in. And then he'd say to you, oh!
He'd say to me, Lulu, that's weak. And then he gets his memory disk thingy that has even bigger honker donkers and goes, why didn't you buy the extra large ones? My dad plays Nika. He has no fear.
Hi, son. I'm sorry I was gone for a while. Say, that's a nice play, Tendo, you've got there. Can I use my floppy disks from my computer on that? And then you turn around and say, no, Dad. And then he'd turn back to you and say, you lie! You lie! He's a child!
No, I am not making this up. This is a PS1 computer floppy disk adapter for your memory card slot. Perfect for storing
You don't need this. Takes memory
This
card.
is an exceedingly rare piece of tech from the 90s, and at the time I'm
This
sure
is so
it was useful
cool.
since floppy disks were so much cheaper than memory
Redacted.
cards. But nowadays, because it's so rare, I forked out $450 for it. $450 so that you can save your copy of Anna Kournikova's Smash Court Tennis on your dad's old naked picture drive.
So yeah, if you want to play your old PS1 games and save your data, do not get these. They're too rare, too expensive, no one even uses floppy disks anymore, and to sum it up in one word, screw off.
Here's a relatable situation. When you're playing your PS1,
Nice
do you ever
butt.
find that you're struggling so much on Chicken Run that you get so mad and it's enough for you to do this?
Yeah.
Well then, get therapy. And then buy yourself the Namco Negcon. Yes, it's called the Negcon. N-E-G-Con, Negcon. I don't know, I don't care. I'm calling it the Negcon. And if you don't like that and try to correct me, then I know you're somebody I don't want to hang out with. Check this out. Yes, the Negcon allows you to twist your controller.
Okay, accessibility tool 1000. This is actually really helpful. Don't get carpal tunnel. I would buy
My
this.
favorite pastime next to beat the dog up. And to give credit, it does feel surprisingly natural. But these buttons here do not. These top buttons here are just regular controller buttons, but these ones here are like 8 times the height of those buttons, and whenever you want them to work, you've got to push them all the way in, like your gut after a roast. It
This is
really
so
does feel horrible. And I mean,
cool.
just no R2, no L2, no select
Aw.
button. This thing is a freak of nature, like a really ugly baby. And just like any good ugly baby, I don't want to kill it until I've pretended to drive it around like a racing car. And I'm glad I did, because I have to be honest, the original Ridge Racer on this thing is actually my preferred way to play that game. It feels really good to steer twisting the controller, and it even steers by the
Whoa.
exact amount of pressure you apply to each rotation. But let's get creative here. This thing is a Namco controller, so why don't we try out another Namco game on it, like Soul Blade? Well, this is
Possible
why,
will come
because
in.
all that twisting the controller does is block, which actually makes you look like you're blocking yourself from Voldo's scary colander knob. And if you try the Negcon with Pac-Man
Cup check.
world, you'll find that you can actually customize the controls in
What?
the options to whatever buttons you'd like. Meaning that, oh yeah, I can shoot by twisting left and jump and butt bounce by twisting right. This makes the game an instant 10 out of 10. Every jump in every game should be mapped to a twisting controller. It looks like you've got problems and you're mapping your own buttons on Pac-Man World, so you probably do.
Wait,
but
wait,
imagine
wait.
how great real life would be if jumping worked like... And you know what's great?
Perfect. Change. A one bounce. You don't bounce on your dumpy jaw. That's sad.
Namco didn't even stop there. Those mental cases made another lovely souffle with gone-off eggs, the Namco Jogcon, the only product in the world with jog in the title that requires you sit down to use it. Get this, you've got a regular PS1 controller, right? but with a wheel stapled in between its legs, and the wheel doesn't ever centralize when you spin it, meaning that one single turn of it makes you... Yeah, it's basically a miniature record player Frankenstein on top of a controller, and it's even loud enough to sound like you're scratching records as well.
But to be
No,
fair,
don't
it does
smack
sound
it.
much better when you put it on a real record player.
Beautiful!
As for
Feels
the
like great
controller
for playing
itself,
certain
it
games.
does feel great to hold
Like
if you
Breakout.
enjoy having your knuckle skin scraped off. And when you play a racing game like Disney World
It just
Magical
looks
Racing
really
Tour,
fun,
even though you have a
though.
wheel right here to use as a wheel, you can't turn any of the carts, even though this is one of the only single instances where a wheel glued onto your controller would sound like a reasonable thing to do.
I have one of these on my keyboard. I don't use it, but there's like a spinny guy.
Unless you're gay, then get
Wow.
out. It doesn't stop there either. If you try playing Spider-Man, the controller works perfectly fine as a standard controller whenever the wheel mode is turned off, but doesn't work whatsoever when the wheel mode is turned on.
And I know what you're thinking. Well, little Jimmy Shitpants, just make sure you never turn on the wheel mode and the problem is solved.
Except it isn't, because whenever you do turn wheel mode off, the game itself automatically turns it back on and stops itself from being able to be played. Have you ever seen a game actively spit out the controller you're trying to use with it, even though it does have a mode that works? Has Spider-Man on the PS1 learned to hate? Is it racist? And you know what other game discriminates against this controller? Barbie Explorer
Dan.
should be a match made in heaven, right? Namco Jogcon, Barbie Jogs. Yeah, that's it. But no, the controller does not work. Why do these games allow the controller to work and then override it immediately? I would love to use the Jogcon to unlock the secret of the Mystic Mirror with Barbeatum, but she just won't let me.
What the hell else can we try then? Breakout? To move the paddle?
Oh, it's chat suggestion!
Surely no.
It works. I mean, don't get me wrong, the edges of the wheel are horribly jagged and this little round dip is just sharp enough around its edges to eventually blister your thumb, but amazingly, this controller works with the Atari 3D remake of Breakout with the story mode about a rectangle with a face that gets thrown in prison and puts up a swimsuit picture of his rectangle girlfriend because that makes his rectangle feel like a rectangle.
And I know what's
I love that there's rectangle romance. That's
probably
beautiful.
on your mind. Well, this is a
Beautiful.
Namco controller, so the wheel
Go
bit
fight
here
Chad,
is
feud
probably
ongoing.
only compatible fully with Namco games. And if you were gonna say Ridge Racer Type 4, you'd be correct. Yeah. And that's it. That's the only Namco game I could get working with it. In fact, out of my entire PS1 collection, do you want to know what I managed to get working with this wheel? Ridge Racer Type 4, Breakout, and V-Rally 2. That was it.
I've never heard of any of
So
these.
if you want a controller for the worst possible way to play
Did a
these
video
three
on
games and
Breakout
nothing else, then I
PlayStation?
highly recommend it.
Chances are, if you were a kid in
Whoa,
the 90s
I gotta
and
find
owned
that.
the PS1, you really wanted to shoot someone with a gun. Unluckily, when Namco weren't making controllers compatible with as many games as hair on a teenage lip, they were the frontrunners of the PS1 gun accessory with their classic G-Con 45.
I love these. I love these silly accessories that are like part of the game. Was this official or was this third party? I used to own for Wii Sports. Don't laugh at me. The tennis racket, the golf club. And one of those wheels you could put your controller in so you can Mario Kart with the wheel. Do they still make like console accessories like this? Because I would love to have like a little gun accessory. Rock bands! Were you in a band with your friends and it came with all of those fake plastic instruments? We have the Ring Fit wheel, but it's not the same.
Featuring a big old
Whoa.
bee sting. Personally, I have two PS1 G-Con gun game bundle packs, the original Time Crisis one and the original Point Blank one, and both of these games are the
Whoa.
true definition of classic. These are a special kind of cardboard box, you know, the really old ones stored in someone's loft for decades, so they have that distinctive musk that makes you... Motion controls and gyro controls are alright for gun games nowadays, but nothing quite matches the same raw satisfaction as aiming an actual gun at your TV, looking down the sights and then letting them have your barrel.
The biggest disappointment with this technology nowadays, though, is that it doesn't work on any modern day TVs. 4K, HD, it doesn't matter. If it's LCD and has a flat screen, this isn't gonna work. If you want to get this working, you need to get yourself an old, boxy CRT TV.
So I decided to get myself one, and now I feel like a kid again. Point Blank, Time
Beautiful.
Crisis, Lethal Enforcers, Die Hard trilogy. It's all just as great as I remembered. But if this isn't your kind of thing, or you were a bit worried that you didn't look enough like a specky nerd, you can always use a Star Trek phaser instead.
Whoa!
This phaser gun in particular is from a company I'm sure you've all heard of before, Mad Catz, the #1 controller brand for unloved brothers and sisters. But the advantage of it not
Buy a second controller for your sibling kind of brand.
being made for PlayStation is that it's
That was
Saturn
so
compatible
Shrek,
too,
see,
and that's pretty neat. But none of this matters because
I really
at the
want
end
that.
of the day,
I love
none
Shrek.
of the guns work on modern flat screen TVs. So what you need to do is get yourself a Sinden light gun.
Oh yeah, this here is a USB camera-based gun controller that you can use on most PC console emulators that have light gun shooters, and it works scarily well for whenever you want to point your blanks on a big telly. Hey everybody, it's Caddy. I just wanted to stop this video briefly for a sec because it'll be public information soon anyway, so I figured I might as well burst the bubble myself before you hear it from secondhand from someone else. But I didn't have enough time to set up the Sinden light gun and record footage of me using it on an emulator. I can't apologize enough.
And if that still isn't enough for you,
No! That's so sad, so tragic. Can we get like 5 bifted and 3 NordVPN code users for Caddy's code?
you can always pick up this. This is a handgun. There's no two ways about it. This is a Glock. This is a bloody gun. It looks exactly like a goddamn handgun. It's a gun.
Oh yeah, we're stepping out of the boy zone and into the man zone.
They couldn't make this thing look any more like a gun if they tried. We're going straight up Coolio's greatest hits over here. No orange tip, no weird shape. I actually had this idea to go to the city and point this at random people for a joke and then show them, haha, look, it's a toy gun. But the more I look at it, the more it looks like I actually want to kill them, and I don't think the balaclava was a good idea either. I mean, did you want to look even more badass when playing Resident Evil Survivor?
On the Disney screen?
Because with this thing now you can. It even has vibration feedback so that you can, and I quote, feel every shot. It's not bad enough being Detective John McClane shooting an innocent woman
Oh my
at the
God.
airport. You need
Ooh.
to feel like you've done it. And make sure you do it with the built-in machine gun mode. PlayStation. Teaching children police brutality is okay since 1995.
The wheels on the bus go round and round.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that's cool as heck.
Long.
The Hunt Hand Goober hasn't died.
The brakes.
Oh no, it's Jim.
Do you mind? I was just about to tuck into some Pepsi Maximilian.
I'm so sorry. But I've got a big circle for you.
That's nice, but who made it?
Meow.
Oh, well now we know it's gonna be good.
Where did you get that collar, Caddy? Did you just have that lying around? I'm asking for a friend.
Remind me to stop kissing you.
The steering wheel, the quintessential console
Wow.
peripheral. Basically, every console has their own version of the wheel, even today. It's like the Cenozoic era. This wheel is probably what Mad Catz is best known for, and for good reason. It's a wheel that steers cars on PlayStation and doesn't break. I mean, take it from the racing legend
You're the
Mario
Mario one.
Andretti himself. It's the #1 steering wheel for the PlayStation. Yeah, he really said that. Right before he took his lovely tanned skin and dyed half of it bright pink. Team Mad Catz. Oh, Jesus. Look at these guys. They look like they
No.
run around supermarkets and unpeel bananas. The Mad Catz PS1 wheel does everything it says on the tin. It steers, accelerates, brakes, and the vibration feedback on the wheel itself is a fantastic touch. It even uses race-proven foot pedals, which means that they use them in actual racing cars, like this guy's.
But you know what I want to know?
Oh no. Rip Ellen.
Can you drive Silent Hill?
And the answer is
Shit. I forgot about Silent Hill for the PlayStation 1.
yes. After Harry Mason crashes his car, he then becomes the car. Traffic is great in Silent Hill. I highly recommend it as a cut-through. You want to hear the best thing, though? For some reason, the acceleration pedal is the run button. You hit the gas to make Harry sprint. It's almost
This
like
is
Mad Catz knew we would
beautiful.
try this, and I love them for it. Thanks, Mario.
Here we go. It's a me, Mario. Come on, children.
But I hear you. Not everybody in the world has quite the same amount of space in their home for something as thick as this. No,
Whoa.
So perhaps you'd like to try out the PS1 Ultra Racer controller. Much slimmer, fits in one hand, the healthy
Seven, two.
option, like
Oh my God, I
wholemeal
can't shut
bread.
up
I
and
mean,
cry.
it has to be good. It has analog U steering and a non-volatile memory.
I wish I did.
Honey, you forgot to take the bins out.
God damn you, Ben!
So let's give this
Meet once a week.
bad boy a wash. I'm going to test it with 3, 2, 1 Smurf. The main cutscene starts up, I'm able to skip
Oh,
it,
this is
and
so
then
cute. What the heck?
absolutely nothing. I'm playing a driving game with a driving controller and I can't drive. It just doesn't work. I don't have anything else to say. I mean, it does do a
Aw.
lot of little beeps. But that's not enough. Come on, you old rotary dial telephone. I want
air
to play
conditioning
3, 2, 1
controller.
Smith. What do you want me to do instead? Twiddle it? Actually, that's all I want to do with it. Who needs a girlfriend when you have this?
Okay, fine. 3, 2, 1
Whoa.
Smurf is a baby's kart racing game,
be
probably
Smurfing
not
me.
made with wheel controllers in mind. So how about we try something a little bit fairer, like
Plastic hot pocket.
V-Rally 1.
And before we get into the actual test, I can't imagine when the hell I'll ever talk about this game again, so I just have to mention the music for a second. This tune that plays during the level select screen is absolutely hilarious. It's the funkiest thing ever written, but also sounds like the band drop all of their instruments on the floor every few seconds. As for the game itself with the controller, yep, it works. It's a wheel, it steers, it moves the car with the same level of sensitivity you put on the wheel. It's a wheel.
Bonk. Oh no.
I've got another wheel.
The PS1 top drive reactor. It's shaped like a toy car remote control, and it uses the latest active
Jog
jogging
action.
technology.
Hey, get back here!
This thing is an absolute disgrace.
This
It's not a
tune,
game
right?
controller, it's an assault rifle. L2, L3, R2, R3, and select is down here. There's multiple switches here, a D-pad in the middle of the action buttons like a DVD remote, a start button up here, 2 separate triggers right on top of each other, L1 and R1 here, -2, -1, 0, +1, +2. Did the Zodiac Killer make this?
This thing looks like somebody saw a power drill and went, you know what? We can sell this to kids.
Converts DualShock games into active feedback. What the hell are you talking about? Am I having a stroke? Logic 3? More like unlogic
Is Skyrim for it?
4. Okay, well, to give this
There
thing a
isn't a
little bit
perfect-
of credit, to start with, the wheel didn't centralize just like the one on the Jogcon. But then immediately
It's a
after
car
plugging
wheel.
it into the console, the wheel springs magically into position.
That's pretty high tech.
And it definitely works, for sure. But if you're trying to play slippery old Toy Story Racer with it, you're going to want to exit your own life very quick and painlessly. You will just oversteer all the time and flip your shit around constantly. So next I thought I'd try Micro Machines V3. Only one problem, though. You can't go. For this game, you have to
Aw.
use your thumb on the X button. No switches here made a difference. So then I jumped back into Gran Turismo to see if it was just incompatible, but nope, exactly the same story. I couldn't accelerate with this thing no matter how much I tried, so I guess it's just luck that decides whenever it wants to work. And that's exactly what I want with my game controllers that are needed to control the game. Luck. Not that I care anyway, because you can't imagine how uncomfortable this thing is. Steering while holding X like a chimpanzee is one thing, but in general, it's too bulky, too heavy, and it only works with Toy Story Racer, so...
And I would just throw this thing in the skip, but there's one very important question
come
I
in!
need to answer with it.
Stayed at the Zoom in a caddy more than the average
Can
person
you
should.
drive the Grinch?
Whoa.
Yes, you can.
There's a Grinch Gale.
Very gradually.
The D-pad here does not work, but all the other buttons do, so you're basically just stuck nudging him left and right with the steering wheel over and over again to make him step forward. Grinch Turismo.
Hey, have you got anything else other than wheels?
Ooh, dog. What? A guitar
Very
controller
good skill.
for the PS1? That's strange, isn't it? Back in 1999, it was actually Konami that came up with the idea for an arcade-based rhythm game featuring a guitar controller, which would then go on to inspire the much more well-known Guitar Hero and Rock Band years later. It was called Guitar Freaks, just like this guy. The cabinet later got some ports onto the PS1 with the guitar peripheral in Japan only again. And you know what? Aside from the 2 missing fret buttons, this thing is practically indistinguishable from Guitar Hero. It even has a built-in motion-activated command to go into extra scoring mode, but the game calls it wailing play. The Guitar Freaks games are basically just Guitar Hero, but simpler and on the PS1. There's not much to say, so how about we try to guitar Dino Crisis?
What is Dino Crisis?
I'm not doing anything.
Okay, so the strumming bar does absolutely nothing at all, and all you can do with the 3 fret buttons is open your menu or waddle forward like Santa in a buffet. You do not stop turning left, no matter how much you shout at the game, so the only way to move forward is to wait for the lady to orbit around to the correct direction, move forward for a little bit, stop, and repeat. It's not so much like you're playing Dino Crisis, and more like you're making your way back to your bed in the middle of the night cosplaying as
Resident
the
Evil
moon. So
with
why don't we try out
Dino?
Pandemonium instead? Whoa, Jesus H. Christ in slippers! Calm down, woman! Stop it! Slow down! Oh.
Melon.
Nothing? Is that it? You're not going to stop? Don't play Pandemonium with a PS1 guitar, more at 11. Okay, last test, Driver 2. A driving game might actually work with this thing.
Now,
Is this the one based on the movie?
Guitar and Driver 2, and I'll show you why. Well, first of all, strum bar doesn't do anything. That kind of sucks, but luckily we've got some other buttons. Red button does that. It's not very useful.
Car view.
Blue button brakes, which is useless right now because we're not moving. Green button goes forward. So we can't steer. But my favourite part of all of this is that tilting does this. Ah! Whoa! 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 Oh, hello, I noticed you there. Say,
Movie is
do you
based
like
on
my
the
new gaming
game?
peripheral? It's a
Whoa.
wrist strap finger piano.
Stop, this is so cool. What the heck? I thought this was a game controller for a second.
Is that another pissing wheel?
It's the PS1 Mega Racer controller. Yes, just when you thought we were done, it's the sequel to Oh no. Is this thing a controller or a shitting banana? The D-pad feels horrible. It's really stiff, like an old sponge is stuck underneath it. But the strange thing is that the wheel itself works absolutely fine. I'd say it was better than the Namco one, and this was made by Who Cares Limited.
I'm getting so sick of racing games, though. Can we please...
Power glove?
You can. Yes.
There was a glove controller? The power glove? That's so cool. I want to wear a glove for gaming. I think every one of our parents said that. Uh-oh.
Lads, this actually works. If you ever wanted to steer Yoshimitsu into a little Japanese nature activist, then pick up this controller right now and relish in the fact that you can't jump, duck, or do any moves that involve pressing up or down while wondering where all of the grease on the rubber came from.
Finally, now I can sit down and enjoy my maximum pep. Excuse me?
It's another wheel. I think. The Formula Racer wheel by Gamester, so we must be in safe hands. This is the biggest piss of the lot. Look at this madman contraption.
What is that?
What do you do with it? Play games or do garden landscaping? Here's a good quote. For an incredible racing experience. Said no one. This is a contagious mass that doesn't know if it's a game controller or a wheel, so ends up looking like it wants to kill itself. I can practically hear it crying at me to end it. It's only 1/4 of a wheel, and the rest is a big red roof tile. Plus, all of the R triggers and buttons are sprinkled randomly all over the back and extremely hard to press, making it look like you're tickling a giant clam. And the worst thing about it is that it works. But at what cost? Because I can't figure out if I should hold it like this, or this, or this. Let's try playing Tombi on it. I'm very happy I did, because I actually prefer using this controller for side-scrollers instead of racers. It works surprisingly brilliantly and even has vibration support. What the hell am I doing with my life? I'm driving a caveman with pink hair into a farting bum tree, and the best feature of the whole controller is plastered right on the box.
Looks like a bike lock, right?
Yep, it's a wheel. I'd like to think it does.
Okay, I swear to God, that's it. No more wheels. I promise. There's way too many other stupid controllers to look at, so I'm done with all of the wheels. That reminds me, I haven't looked over at this end of the room for a while.
Here we go!
Oh, hello.
I'm Long Dennis!
Ooh, hoo-hoo. How fun. Yeah.
I want to play a game with you! In one hand, I'll have another accessory, and in the other hand, I'll have the wicked itch.
That one.
Oh no! Get ready for the wicked itch!
The other one.
I love for Long Dennis!
Gee, thank you so much, Long Dennis. I can't wait to play with the Gamester motion controller. Oh, Long.
Control is thing. Control games with the slightest movement. That sounds utterly miserable. This is the Gamester Evolution Motion Sensitive Control System, an entirely motion-based PlayStation supermarket barcode scanner with a wrist attachment that looks like it could send drones to a small village.
The strap smells like weed.
When you use it, you hold onto one end while strapping the other on for the motion stuff. But while using that end, you need to be certain that you're dead central on all axes the entire time, which means holding your arm out like this, looking like if C-3PO was made of ham. The idea with this half of the thing is that you can program any PS1 button you want onto each tilted direction, combined with the physical buttons here. So if you want to play Muppet Race Mania and make accelerate shutting the trapdoor and slowing down, oh, steady on, boy, then you can do that. But what you can't do is turn off any
Oh my god, it does!
of the tilted inputs. You have to assign a command to every
Does it measure my blood
direction.
pressure?
And it's so easy to accidentally activate all of them at once that in a racing game, you might as well make left and right tilting the steering, meaning that Kermit just goes off on one wherever the hell he feels like, leaving you overcorrecting your own twisted arm as if you're puppeteering an actual Muppet that kidnapped your family. You can get creative with this thing, though, no doubt.
I have a set of very specific skills, but it's said in Kermit's voice.
Like if you play Moto Racer 2 and set accelerate to tilting your arm back like a real bicycle. Or Tomb Raider, where you can twist left to get your guns out and then lift your arm back to fire them, like a real woman. But overall, it's absolutely horrendous, which makes this half of the controller even funnier. All of the buttons are right here to press and work. So why don't we just use them?
But I can't let this thing beat me. Give me a game to beat with it.
Early
Any game
Wii
at
controller.
all. I'm Cad the Chad. I can
Early
handle
Wii
it.
controller.
My reptile puzzle.
Oh Christ, we're all dead.
Oh no!
Is that a Rugrats game?
This is going great. I can't even get out of the playpen. Look at this. Look at this. I love it. I love it so much. Oh, no. Oh, dear. I'm on the table. Tommy, get off of the sofa. You're going to hurt yourself. You can't handle anymore. You've already given yourself brain damage as it is. It doesn't matter what mode you're in or which way you twist the ant coffin. This lousy great dollop just doesn't work. But surely it must. It has audio sounds. Well, I suppose if you want to play Rugrats and actually feel like an infant that can't walk, then this is the way you want to do it. How about we try a rhythm game like Jamalami? You know, this controller is supposed
This feels
to make you feel
hallucinatory.
like... But in reality, you look like this. Not to mention, it absolutely kills your arm. Am I Jim Caddick or bloody Geppetto? But hey, you know what else this thing can do? It can be used to map analog stick directions. So you know what that means? Ape escape, baby.
Only problem is you can only do one of two things. One, program this thing to read only one analog stick, meaning you can only run
That's
or
what I was
use
talking about
gadgets.
earlier, this
Or
thing?
two, program two directions to use gadgets while the other two directions move you around. That's what I did.
Look at me go. All I can do is move left and right, and even then, I can't really move left or right. Go on, Spike, you can do it. Ignore the chafing. Well, at the very least, I can do this. Yes. Finally, my lifelong dream realized. I can cast a monkey net like a camp whipping boy. I'm absolutely stunned that this doesn't work, but how can that be? It incorporates dual force and technology. Come on, I can catch a monkey, at least one monkey before I quit. Come on. Oh, this is pointless. I can't catch anything with this. It's easier catching headlights.
In 2024? Really?
Nah, man, I'll show you the real way to use this bad boy. Boot up Tekken 2, program left fist attacks to tilting forward, input the first person mode wireframe cheat, and immediately you are part of the game. Even I have to admit, coolest thing I've ever done. The Gamester Evolution, made for men with cardboard beards.
Oh god, finally.
You know what though? Sometimes you don't want gimmicks. You don't want wheels, you don't want motion, you don't want guitars, you don't even want trains. Sometimes you only want a controller that isn't made by the people who make the console. And that's where third-party controllers come in, like with this Titan Concepts controller I've got here, for use with PlayStation or the P-Zone, made in China. By Paul. A lot of these kinds of controllers are the same thing. They function identically to Sony's controllers, but break within one day. They can sometimes come with extra benefits though, like the pre-mentioned turbo button on the Resident Evil pad that automatically presses a single button for you over and over again, faster than you can think.
This is
But
so
what
cute,
got
what
me
the heck?
interested in this controller in particular was this little feature here, a slow mode. I have never heard of this before. Well,
I hope it's a slow motion button, and I wish I had that for every game.
oh, I'm already here. Let's
I'm
try it out
slow.
on Pappy Rappy.
Zone.
Huh. Okay, how about Shadow Man? Right, so slow mode doesn't do anything here either, which sucks because Shadow Man could really do with running slower. Turbo mode works absolutely fine though, meaning I can do this. This begs the question though, what does slow mode do? Well, believe it or not, it took me multiple tries in multiple games before I landed on one that made me figure it out. Santa Claus Saves the Earth. So get this, when you aren't using the turbo
Where
button
does
to
he
make
get these
Santa have a
titles
sugar-induced
from?
heart attack, the slow mode actually does this.
Flash warning.
Yes, it pauses and unpauses the game as quick as the game you're playing allows. And that's it. This is apparently what the controller calls slow, and I can see why. Because it's stupid. Metal Gear Solid, it did exactly the same thing. Mr. Domino, a game that could really benefit from a slow mode, did exactly the same thing. The only, and I repeat, only time this slow mode would actually help you is if the game you're playing has a pause screen that is instant and doesn't flip between two totally different screens all the time, so you're left going blah, 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 all over the floor. Rayman 1 is one of those games, and sure, it's tolerable, but if you'd rather play the game like this, I'd have to interview your parents to find out where they went wrong with you. Crash 1 is another one
My mom's phone number is.
that works, and it's probably my favorite because the music and sound effects don't pause along with the game, meaning that if you die, you get treated to an extra long game over screen, just as painful as actual death.
No! I'm calling your mom. No.
Oh god, now who's at the door?
Hello again.
Oh great, it's my evil twin.
Oh, no, okay. So this controller by Titan Concepts, yeah, it wasn't the only third-party controller for the PS1.
Delicious.
And if you thought there were only a few third-party manufacturers out there, you couldn't be more wrong. They were everywhere. There were hundreds of them.
My spaghetti. Oh, I didn't notice the Elden Ring hoodie. What the hell? That's so cool.
In the news today.
I found this giant box of them on eBay, and there are some right sorry cases, let me tell you.
Have
What's
dinner
this?
with her.
Wild Things? What do you think I am? A
Bring a
grizzly
shovel.
bear? What's this? EB? Yeah, you know what I thought was missing from the PS1 controller? The L2 and R2 buttons being on the top, the L1 and R1 buttons being on the front, and every single other button being in completely the wrong place. What realm of chaotic evil did this thing come from? Electronics Boutique? What are you, a hairdresser's? What's this? Oh, okay, another Gamester, that's good. Sensitivity, low, medium, or high? What, do you not like being bullied? And why are the grips on a right angle? Is this a video game controller or a shelf? What's this? 4 gamers? This isn't 4 gamers, it's 4
Oh my
fruitcakes.
God.
Who in the shit out there wanted their controller to look like the letter H? Oh, atomic!
Oh, it's not doing
Thank you
so
for putting
good.
an udder on my controller. Oh, what's this? The
Okay, this looks like a Discman, like a disc.
AirPad. Why is
Player.
it called that? Is it... Oh god. It's another motion controller. Heads up, dude! Feast your eyes on this godforsaken sack. What do I even say about it? It's like I'm playing a game with a dinner plate, but without a tasty pickle on it. Basically, how it works is that you turn the tilt mode on, and through the power of air, it acts as a D-pad. Except it doesn't. It says right here that it's registering movement, but it won't actually move anything until you've poured your gravy and potatoes all over the floor. And that makes racing games an absolute joy. You need to practically turn it upside down to get it to register anything.
Maybe it worked better in the
past. You don't hold it like a
past.
steering wheel and turn it for racing games. You hold it flat out in front of you like a begging Victorian orphan. And it's even better when you play a driving game with slippery steering and car crash physics like Destruction Derby 2.
I've given you
shit,
lemons.
there goes my hood. Oh, and don't even bother trying to type your name with it unless you're called Poor Snop. Hang on a second. If you turn it upside down, it becomes an alien spacecraft.
But does it work with anything else?
I can't believe I voiced in this video.
Like Cash Panuka 2?
Yes, it does. Surprisingly well, in fact. But it's terrible. It is so unbelievably delayed, but every single other button is fine, including the D-pad. You've got all the buttons you need right here, so why would you need to turn the tilt on? I mean, sure, it does emulate analog stick sensitivity, so if you ever wanted to make Crash walk like a dying Elvis while you give your controller a long sniff, then this is the thing for you.
Crash Donkey.
Well, while we're on a 2 binge, let's check out Medieval 2, because you can't have enough 2s unless you have a Doria.
I do!
Luckily, it works, but man, is it awkward. If you want Dan to run anywhere, you need to beg until your arms fall off. And the gangly, spastic movement he has makes something as simple as walking into a sword to pick it up practically impossible.
Overall, if you want to play any PS1 game at all but make everything about it worse, pick up the AirPad. Somebody should do 100% challenge runs with this thing. Don't look at me. I choose life.
And speaking of life, here's a thing that looks like it could resuscitate it back to you. The PS1 programmable joystick from the Game Machine Input Device series.
Wow.
And I picked this up with my arms from the Body Skeleton Limb series. In all fairness though, this is a really neat piece of tech that works like any other third-party joystick, except that you're able to assign any action to any button. And it even comes with a sticker sheet for your ultimate pro gammon setup. And some of these stickers do make perfect sense, while others make me question what kind of games people are picking up. There's a button to make your car go and another to make your car crash. There's a button to release a nuclear bomb. There's a button to make you fart. There's a button to make you fart on a ball. There's a button to make your friends never talk to you again. And when you're finally sick of all the ways you can give off eggy gases, there's even a button to make you give up and cry.
I love give up and cry button.
Moving on, here's
Finally,
a special little gadget I got from Germany this time, which is pretty cool because the package it arrived in came with a free page of German newspaper for all the latest special offers, just in case you were looking for a Westschirm Linomatic or a Globus Wiener Würsten. The accessory itself is actually a
Der Controller für eine Hand.
one-handed controller for the PS1, and that's honestly a great idea. I've always wanted to play Lego Island 2 while eating my Doritos and leaving my fingers crumbly and greasy. After all, you can't just assume that everyone that likes games can use both their arms, or even has both of their arms. And after using this controller, maybe that's for the best. Take a peek at this thing. I want to play video games with it, not eat cereal. I get it, accessibility is very important, but you know what else is? Using action buttons at the same time as moving, which you can't do here. You try playing Doom with one hand. You bloody try. Strafing and weapon switching is over here, shooting is over here, while moving is over here, sprinting is over here.
It looks like a remote controller.
Mess. But screw Doom, how about we play something manly like Klonoa? Which is a little better because whichever direction you move, the same action buttons are right by your thumb. But the trade-off for that is the skin on the end of your thumb. Honestly, the games that this works the most reliably with are the simplest ones, like Tweeny's Game Time or Teletubbies. You know, something not taxing whatsoever so that you can play it while looking at the newspaper and ordering some chili Heidelbeeren. Well, maybe you could play Kuroshi with it as well. And you could even look up the solutions to the puzzle while you play. And I suppose you could always use it with a mouse for Quake 2 or Final Doom, but now we're getting way too specific. Basically, if you can play the game with your eyes shut, you can play it with the one-handed controller. Anything else is not worth it, which is a huge shame because it would be great to have a controller that you can use while itching your leg.
Jeez, it's getting cold in here. Just gonna zip this up quickly. Hello! Oh my god! It's world-famous singer-songwriter Nicole Shirt Zipper!
I'm managing a hot new rap band and they want me to give you their new merchandise!
This would work if I knew any celebrity ever. Chad, who is that?
Nice!
Oh, cool. What is it, Nicole?
What on earth is that?
You guys remember Thrill Kill, Ultra Violent, Ultra Naughty? boring and badly controlling
at
PS1
that
cage
monkey's
fighter that was
dumpy.
banned for being too full of fishnets? Well, the game may have been scrapped, but the code itself never was. Long story short, it was repurposed into another PS1 game starring the rap group Wu-Tang Clan, and some copies came with this controller. This is exactly what
controller?
you think it is. It's a PS1 controller
the
shaped
singer.
like
Oh.
the logo of the Wu-Tang Clan, meaning you can finally play Parappa the Rapper the way it was meant to be played. It is, without a doubt, the single most uncomfortable thing I've ever held. And I've held my own children. Every single button does not line up. There's absolutely no grip for your palms here, but a giant claw for your knuckles there. The triggers jut out and are also not aligned. And the worst thing about it is that this was easily the most expensive controller I got for this video. Including import fees, this moronic object set me back $400. This is a collector's item. And by that I mean I now use it to collect nuts. Anyway, what the hell is the game itself like? Not sure
What
when I'll ever talk about it again,
even?
so let's
It
take
looks like a
quick
Batman
look. Why
logo.
not? Are you for real? A parental lock? I had to be 18 to buy the game to begin with, and now you think I'm 6? What, you don't think kids can look in the manual and read shapes?
I want to see dismemberment!
Oh, I'd like to see that as well.
Not me!
And hey, the parental lock maybe was a good idea after all, because I am inconceivably offended by all of this. Which is more offensive to you? The quality of the FMV, or that everybody in the intro looks like a balloon? I'm gonna pick, old dirty bastard, also known as Dirt McGirt. he is my kind of guy. Somewhere in China, present day, a load of monks are preparing for a Wu-Tang Clan concert when old man Haggis gets way too close to the camera and says he wants to go to America and force the band to teach him their own martial arts so that they can work together to take over the world. What am I playing, and what am I playing it with? The game is everything I was expecting. It's thrill kill in every awful way. No control over whereabouts you attack, no focus, no strategy. But now I'm playing it with a worse controller. Dirty has 3 chambers. Oh no. Shall I call the cleaners? Look at this. Why does he run even when not moving anywhere? All of this is
doing great.
disgusting. I don't even know if I should be playing the game with this thing or holding up a bank. The D-pad is so spongy and stiff, you end up pressing multiple directions accidentally all the time. And it's not just in Wu-Tang.
Dirty
Playing
is a
anything on
rapper?
this
Wait,
thing
he's a
is
real
agonizing.
guy.
From something as hard as Rayman 1 to as easy as Tigger's Honey Hunt.
I mean, if anything, playing this game with this controller has really connected me with gangster rap culture. In fact, I think I could do a great rap right now.
Hello boys, I'm number 1, playing on my PS1. I like eggs, I eat 'em. Controller shaped like a W. Pull my hair, I don't care. Grab my hair, I'll care a lot. Play the game, it's so hot. I smoke pot in a pot with a pot. Stop.
I'm buying every
Don't
copy
stop.
of his
I
album.
like Tupac. He led the way. His name is very nearly Toupee. In conclusion, this controller may be the worst thing that I own, but at least it's not a BP controller. In fact, next time you want a band
peculiar
logo to be used as a
hairstyle?
video game
What?
controller, make sure it's from my favorite metal band.
That was really quick.
I think I need to wash my mouth
That was my logo.
out after that. So how about instead we take a look at the coolest box for a thing that I own? Oh yeah. This is a PS1 Tekken 3 arcade stick. Very, very cool looking thing indeed. I mean, if you ever wanted to give Nina Williams 4 jugs, then this box is all you're gonna need.
Once you get the old bad boy out, it quickly becomes nowhere near as cool as what it's kept in. The sticker here looks embarrassingly cheap, and it's an extremely basic joystick without
It
any
looks
shoulder
really
button
cool,
inputs.
though.
But still, I can't deny it's cool as hell as a complete package. Just remember that if your child has an upside down head, they can't play it. And I know you really want to, but you're not allowed to set your child on fire. My favorite thing though is that inside the box
While
were
playing
these
the game.
crappy little trading cards with the most unimpressed and uninterested Lei Wulong I have ever seen in my life. Whoa, don't get too excited, Lei. You'll give yourself piles.
So ultimately, even though I do love the box, the contents inside is a little bit disappointing. but at least it isn't a giant grey dump like this.
Hey kids, that's a neat console you've got there. Do you want to play it with another console? This is the PS1 ASCII-ware joystick, and even though it gives you every button that was missing from the Tekken 3 pad, they're all bundled together in illogical places. And by the way, it's bigger than the damn console you plug it into.
But
at
it's
least
so
it has a
pretty,
turbo
imagine.
function and even an auto turbo function, so you don't even need to hold down the button you want to rapid fire. Making backwards dash running in Castlevania absolutely no issue at all, making you an indestructible god in Street Fighter, or making Tetris
Cheat button? Cheat button? So many
absolutely
toggles.
goddamn impossible. 36 punches a second, blimey, that's a lot, isn't it?
That's the face of regret.
Ow, my face.
I don't know, maybe I'm being too harsh on it. I mean, after all, it is called Slech.
What's that? What's that on the horizon? Oh my god, it's so beautiful. It's on the horizon, like the sea.
Well, my son, it's one of the rarest PS1 accessories out there. The Boil controller.
Ew.
Seriously though, the Asisphere
Ew.
means business. Look at this box. The fake steel crate holes, the mention of 6-axis, even though I thought that was a PS3 thing, but no, here it
Just
is.
run
It
away
even
now.
has a training disc. It's a controller so advanced, it requires a degree to use it. I have never heard of a situation where if you're playing a difficult game, you start looking up how to beat it, and then look up how to beat the controller. So you admire the box for a second and then open it up. Or you could enter your hand through the perfectly cut Stanley knife slot from when you accidentally slice into it from taking it out the box it shipped in. And here it is.
No.
The lovely little
resale
calcareous
value.
lump. It looks like if you left it on the floor,
It would leave a sticky trail behind it.
but before I write it off
Ew.
entirely, let's check out this training disc.
You are now in sector 375-9.
You
Want me to learn how to use this thing, right? Right, so the basic training is pretty straightforward. The magical testy up here is designed to be physically pushed in all sorts of
controller.
directions. And the game tells you to be gentle with your pushes and pulls because every subtle movement you make against the ball here does something different. Pushing it away from you, pulling it up, pushing it down, twisting it, all so that you can steer this little spaceship around the map. It's ambitious, I'll
Ball
give it that.
controller.
Do you know who else was ambitious? Stalin? Once you're left alone in the void of space, freely controlling yourself, it falls apart. The game wants you to do things like push forward gently to move forward, but then push hard forward to dip downwards, or push left gently to strafe left, but push hard left to bank left. It's so damn unnatural. When you're doing it one move at a time, it's absolutely fine, but strangely, flying through space at 500 miles a second doesn't mix well with you remembering every single angle this sack wants to be tickled on, and you end up not being able to control anything. So why don't we try out the obvious test choice, Cooler World? I mean, I already have his mother's head on a pike. Yeah, as I suspected, the second we take the ulcer out of the mouth, it doesn't work. The controller worked fine with the spaceship test disc, but look at this. The ball doesn't know if it's rolling or turning or looking or boinging or splatting or blinking or blonking. Thanks for responding perfectly to all my pushes and pulls and squeezes and twists. It's like if Jigsaw created Bop It. How about we try out Shrek Treasure Hunt? Well, to
It's
start
back!
with, the menus were absolutely fine.
Yippee!
That's okay. But the game itself, I mean... It kind of speaks for itself, right? The controller is all about finesse. I mean, fair enough. I know Shrek isn't exactly a swan-leg ballerina, but however gently I touch the ball, he absolutely freaks out. Why does this thing exist? Who asked for it? Who was sitting at home playing Metal Gear Solid and said to themselves, oh boy, I really wish this was Rubber Gear Squishy. This thing is an abomination, and I'm putting it down because I'm absolutely certain this is malignant.
And you know what else nobody likes and wishes they could put down? Toddlers, but that's not legal. So instead what we do is push them aside and leave them entertained with baby controllers for the PlayStation.
Oh yeah, these are also real.
wait,
It's a
this is
controller
so
for the PS1
cute.
for a dumb, stupid, smelly baby. You can give it to a toddler to chew on and beat Croc at the same time, without the ability to attack no less. This is a very clever baby. This controller in particular was Japanese only and came bundled with a game called Guru Torn Orangutan. This is perhaps the most unassuming box for a game I've ever seen. There is absolutely zero
cute.
information on it. Not even the back of it can help you out. If you play around, please clean up. Sound advice. The game starts up and... Please get out of my personal space. Okay, so I'm on this screen
Cute.
and nothing is working. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to... Oh! Hang on. This is a microphone? Sweet, I wasn't expecting that. Just gotta say hello to the cute little dog and away we go.
Did you know they eat you in Korea?
Okay, cool. Now I've got to put my name in and... What is that? Is that a naked toad? Well, at least they can't reproduce.
Okay, cool. I guess I've got to pick where I want to go now. So I'm feeling a little bit drawn to the top one, and
cute.
then, yep, feeling drawn to the top one again.
I think what we've got to do here is shout into the microphone when it's safe to cross the road. But maybe I need to know the Japanese word for go because I can't get them to move.
Go, 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 go. Ah! I changed my mind. Back, back.
Yay! I finally did it right. I wish I didn't do it right. Let's try another game then. How about this one by the Kidney House? Here we have to pick the oven that we want to jump inside, and then we... I honestly have no idea, but I'm gonna go and
they
eat
made
this
you
cookie
learn.
here, and yeah, I'm getting way too ahead of myself. I'm gonna
It's a
quit before I
learning
mess it up.
game. That's so cute.
Oh no, I won.
Okay, well, what do I do now? I don't know, but anywhere is better than here, and good timing too, because the poor dog clearly wet itself. Oh, okay, we've got some hide and seek now. Haha, you can't get away that easy. I see where you went. Oh, my mistake. I thought I saw you go in there, but you clearly didn't, because instead I found a little old man. Then this duck arrives for the fun, and why does everyone in this game sound like they're being sick? The controller itself is kind of neat, though. It's cute, it has all the buttons it needs, it stands up on its own so it can be doubled as a toy, but using it for anything else other than the game it was made for is a death sentence. There's only 2 buttons and a D-pad in between them, for Christ's sake.
Uh-oh. I'm dead.
Look at the way this smug asshole winks at you. He knows you can't do anything with him and he thinks it's hilarious. Or he wants you to press that button down there.
Well, if I can give it any credit whatsoever, D-pad, X, circle. It's the perfect controller for Pepsi Man.
And this wasn't the only time Japan did this. They had exactly the same design used for Michael Rat. And even more confusingly, Winnie the Pooh in a combo pack. You get a controller and a game. 2 Poohs for the price of 1. And I'm personally very excited because according to Google Translate, when you talk, Mr. Wow will answer. Oh, and check this out. You can even wipe the trumpet and you can also lottery. Gambling and kids go hand in hand. Well, this kid likes gambling anyway.
Hello, everybody. My name is Markiplier.
Plus, if you really want to, you can always use the Wu-Tang clan controller with the game so Winnie ends up in the Pooh-Tang clan. Please forget I ever said that.
Oh, his
Don't
JP
hurt me,
voice is
Pooh.
so cute.
Okay, good. Pooh is dead. Right, so here's the main menu, and all you can do here is waddle Pooh around like he's in a game of Monopoly. This animation kills me. The first
Making
thing
my
I ran
way
into was a
downtown.
dandelion blowing minigame where you need to blow into the microphone to get it working.
Aww.
And that's kind of cool. Except the microphone responds to any
Lula's
noises,
mom's
not
favorite.
just blowing. So
My mom hates Winnie the Pooh. She didn't let me have a single Winnie the Pooh toy because she thought I would also take off my pants. Joke's on you, Mom. I'm not wearing pants right
you
now.
don't need to blow at all, and you can just go... Or you can blow over and over again into the mic to make Pooh sound like he's sucking a golf ball through a hose. Oh, check it out. I found Eeyore's Casino. No, I'm not joking. You take your lottery tickets, put them in a hole in a tree, shove Pooh in the hole, watch him inflate, wait for him to... and then win a spider, which makes Pooh go... You want to know the best thing, though? The microphone itself is actually mapped to the PS1 controller's shoulder buttons, meaning that you can shout at Croc to make him shimmy left and right. And you can play Tenchu, hiding in the dark and stealthily slicing up your enemies with...
I'm right here, surprise!
And you can make Crash Bandicoot slide with...
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
It works with basically any game you can think of, but don't try out Tomb Raider 2 unless you really love rolling around on the floor. Now, I wonder what happens when you press Mickey's button down here.
Don't even think about it.
Well, you know what, Mickey? That's too small for me anyway. I prefer my buttons nice and big.
This is the once again
Oh
Japanese
my god,
only
wait, this
Kids
is cute
Station
as
controller.
heck. Okay, chat, so next time I'm having anger issues in a video game, we should get this.
Warning, if your kid is crying, this controller will kill them. Look at the size of this beast.
If this controller had an exercise bike, it'd be dusty.
It was made for a series of games in Japan that branded the Kids Station logo on the cover. If the game had that logo, you could use this controller. And yes, this finally means I can play my copy of Thomas the Tank Danking the way it was meant to be played. Hey there, fat controller, do you want to see my fat controller? Logically, tiny buttons should be great for tiny fingers, but if you're 3 years old, those fingers spend more time in your mouth or going... And that's why this controller exists. No mistakes will be made with this, no sir. Just make sure that the game you play doesn't involve moving anywhere because... Yeah. What you
Oh,
can do, though,
I was
is
gonna
use
say
it
bring
with the
them
mouse,
out.
which is great, because I've always wanted to play Terry Pratchett's Discworld with a bongo. I like this controller. Dad, what the hell is this thing? And if this is what your kids look like when they see the controller, just wait until you see what happens when they play with it. This pleases me. You know what I've always
Thank you for
wanted
the
to
Angelo
know?
review.
What English words are young Japanese boys wearing on their
Right,
pajamas?
for rhythm
Let's have a
games?
quick look. High, super, point, mile, cham, picnic, field, the mitt. Actually, scratch that. Pick yourself up the PS1 fishing rod, the only controller that allows you to get a rod and go fishing.
The fish ain't biting today.
I only have one game that this thing is 100% compatible with. Real Fishing
one
2.
shirt.
Because Real Fishing 1 didn't have enough real fishing in it. And the game is... Yep, this is Real Fishing, alright. It's real fishing because nothing happens. Look, it's really cute that you can throw the rod to cast the line with motion controls, and the reel itself works well too. But whatever bait I use, wherever I cast, how fast I reel, it doesn't make a single difference. I'm glad the controller works, but the game just doesn't care. Oh my god, I got a fish! Reel it in, boy! Reel it!
A cozy game. Oh no. Fish.
Oh.
Oh.
Bye then. Why do people like fishing? Oh my god, I got another fish! Reel it in slower, reel it in slower, reel it in slower. Slowly does it. Oh. Bye then. Balls to this. Let's try playing the game that the fishing rod was really made for. Nightmare Creatures. Oh my god, it's working. It works. I can't believe it. And the casting motion control, for some alien reason, is mapped to the staff attacks. Yes, I'm slicing zombies in half with a fishing pole. This makes me feel so powerful, but the jump scares are still very, you know.
Remember this? And I hated it. The fishing controller with the game.
At this point, I started to think a little out of the box. Maybe this reel thing here works as a paddle of some sort. So I tried out Buster Move 2 to see if I could move the cannon with it, and nope, it didn't work. I could not. Then I thought, hey, wait a second, this here is a left analog stick, so maybe this acts as a right one, meaning that I tried out Ape Escape, and sadly, it didn't even pass the menu screen. Then I tried RC Stuntcopter, and the exact same thing happened.
So what about racing games then? Like Colin McRae Rally?
Why does he have so many racing games?
Gran Turismo? No.
Oh.
So then I tried a load of other random games like Spider-Man 2? No. Mortal Kombat? No. SpongeBob? No. Wipeout? No. And none of these did anything. And then I tried Gex 3D.
For some completely unfathomable reason against all human decency, when I played the game with a normal controller, everything works absolutely fine. But the second I put the fishing rod in, the noises began. What in God's ripe, greeny pastures is going on here? What's happened to the music, the sound effects, and why does the fishing rod of all things cause it to happen? Oh my god, what's that, boy? You have a bite? Oh, well, hot Jiminy, let's crank it up then!
What is it?
I wound in the lead winder.
I know what you're thinking. This is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. What is it? Well, ladies and gents, this thing, this inside-out rubber Johnny is apparently a controller lead winder, and it's
That means condom in the UK.
as useful as a carpet shop in a hospital. It calls itself a lead winder, but in reality, it does absolutely nothing. It's just a loose and floppy pair of old lips that gets in the way of your cables and adds a million steps to something that's supposed to be one. You fold the end of the controller extension lead through here, unravel it slowly as it chews on its own cable, fold it back through the same hole to keep it in place.
I can feel
and when
this
you
and
leave it
I'm
on the floor,
upset.
it looks like a chewed up foreskin. In fact, the more I look at it, it's not even a lead winder for your own controller. It's a lead winder for the extension lead that's compatible with the winder. So all you're doing here is winding up the extra controller length on top of the standard length. Who designed this? Oh, of course, it's Mad Catz. Who else would it be? You know what? I'm gonna make this process 10 times easier and fold you inside out to be used as an ornamental vase. Look at my poor little controller. It looks like it needs circumcising.
And while we're talking about cutting off the end of your gentleman's whistle, here's the PS1 Cockpit.
Released by Optech, an anagram for PC toe, this is the PS1 Cockpit, and holy shit is it ugly. It feels like you're holding a knife and fork that you can't separate. The best thing about flying a plane with a cockpit controller in a video game is flying a plane with a cockpit controller in a video game. And this thing does not let you fly a plane with a cockpit controller in a video game. At least not on Ace Combat 3. No matter what settings I use, the steering outright doesn't work, but everything else seems to work fine, including pushing and pulling back on the deck to change my height, which is completely awful because this is what happens every time you do that.
His dog
Does
is
it
like,
work
no,
on
man.
Independence Day? No.
Oh.
Duke Nukem? No. Driver? No. Point Blank? No. Simpsons Wrestling? No. Stuart Little 2? Yes. The PS1 cockpit controller works with Stuart Little 2 and nothing else that I tried. Out of all of the flight games I own, I honestly couldn't believe it. Why does this work? You can even turn left and right to move the sewage hamster, and the accelerator pedal is your jump. So instead of stepping on a mouse, we're shooting it off to space.
This is the PS1 Flight Deck Simulator controller for use specifically with this game here, Jet de Go.
In fact, this is from the same exact company behind the train simulator from earlier. These guys love themselves some public transport. Where's their bus controller featuring old solid chewing gum? My favorite thing about the controller, I have to say, is the back of it. Why is it shaped like this? If it were any bigger, you could go and watch an opera in it.
I have two.
Why?
Oh, Jesus. Here we go again
Why?
with the overstimulating intro cutscene. These people really like their public transport. This time it even has a love letter at the start. Do I have to sit you on my knee and explain how a relationship with a plane isn't gonna work?
Don't crush my dreams.
Listen, I don't need to learn. Let's go right into flight mode. Gonna give myself some power for the takeoff. Whoa, it vibrates. Oh my god, it actually makes you feel like the wheels are running along the grooves of the track. This feels pretty realistic. And then when you eventually take off, the vibration stops gradually as more weight is taken off of the wheels. This feels weirdly authentic. I way prefer this over the train game. I'm sure that's fine. See? Look at that. I was a success. I even learned to land the plane too. There's a button for wheel deploying and another button for braking while the steering wheel shakes around as you slow down.
That's kinda
I'm
pretty.
ironically loving this. Say hello to Captain Bermuda Triangle. I mean, I can't tell you what is going on or what anybody is saying, but I must be doing good because I got awarded some more X-rated plane footage.
wanna romance
with
that
a
plane.
guitar solo.
Wow.
I think the FBI will be after me soon, so does it work with Wipeout 3?
Short answer, yes it does. But to accelerate, you have to put your thumb over here like some sort of angry lobster because this here doesn't do anything. I then tried Mortal Kombat and sadly, I couldn't even get past the menus. But then I got into Spyro 2, and where the menus were a little bit glitchy, I actually managed to get the game fully working. You're seeing this right. I am steering Spyro, not only on the ground, but in the air as he glides like a plane, just like our Lord Jesus intended. If though, for whatever reason, you decide to stop
Wait,
steering
that's cool.
Spyro, he won't stop. So just get ready to play a version of Spyro 2 where he's trying to hold it in, and you'll be right as rain.
What if there was another?
Yep, believe it or not, there is indeed another PS1 flight stick. Apparently, this one claims to be able
How many
to work
flight
with
games
any
could there
flight
possibly
games.
be?
And the seller I got it from even mentioned that each of the sticks here acted as analog sticks on a DualShock controller. So you bet your juicy ass I went straight into RC Stunt Copter to try it out. My name is Ene. Well, blow me down and call me Blow. This is actually amazing. It works really well. With each analog stick getting its own dedicated joystick, I breezed through the Stunt Copter training within a few minutes. And yes, it still sounds like you're trying to get the instructor off.
Hold it. Good. Easy. Hold that position. Good. Now hold it. Okay, almost done.
Oh my god! Oh, I can't believe it! Woohoo!
You've done this before, haven't you?
And unfortunately, it also looks like it.
You play
But he
Gundam
has
games.
two.
No, don't use your left thumb.
And don't use it to write with or open doors.
Jesus games by Caddy. Okay, I'm adding it to the
off-key
list.
Police.
Holy
you
shit,
know who
what?
works there? The G policeman. Holy mother, this font! What does any of this even say? New mittens? Onions?
Onions.
Johnny? I mean, the controller works with the game, no doubt about that. Game's shit though, innit? And by the way, your hardcore scary police squad is an acronym for guinea pig. Next, I thought I'd give Forsaken a shot. It's an underrated PS1 first-person shooter in a little flying craft, and yep, it works wonderfully with this controller as well.
But the one I was really hoping to
Get
get
in the drone
working
zone.
was Ape Escape. I mean, think about it. Dual analog sticks, dual grabby sticks. It's
Does he just really like Ape Escape? Is he the only person? Chat, have you guys played Ape Escape? Isn't that big a game?
perfect, right? Well, no. I tried it. It didn't work.
Aww.
That makes me a saddy caddy.
And you know the best thing to do when you're sad?
never
Dance
played.
for me. Dance, my little
Oh my
puppet.
god, finally!
Oh yeah, how many of you
Finally!
had one of these bastards in the PS1 days? The dance mat. Just about as nostalgic as you can get. If you owned a dance mat. This one in particular is a special one-off mat that came as part of a bundle pack with the PS1 version of Jungle Book Groove Party. And this box...
What?
This box should be studied in box class for how not to make a box. Just look at this dreadful heap. The 2D car, the snake right above the ugly 3D PS1 renders, the vultures that are the size of peas, the game box window that doesn't keep the game it's displaying inside the window, Mowgli's teeth. How could you not grab this off the shelves and buy it immediately? One of the biggest selling points on the
Wait,
box
this
is
game
that
was
Lou Bega has a
huge?
music video in it. No? Well, how about the fact that the dance mat is called the Thrustmaster?
Join the ranks and walk in line.
And the best thing about dance mats is that you don't only have to use them with dancing games like Jungle Book or DDR. All the controller buttons you need are on the mat, so you can play anything from Spyro 3 to Tony Hawk. Hey, look, it's like I'm actually using a real skateboard. I hope they make that a reality in the future. Oh, wait a minute.
Whee!
I seriously don't recommend that you play Overboard with it, though.
I feel like I'm playing Twister while being shot at.
But I seriously do recommend taping the dance mat onto a wall and playing the first stage in Parappa the Rapper for the next best thing to Parappa the Rapper VR as you can get.
And then that crazy country over there, you know, Japan, they saw that dance mats were selling like hotcakes on the PS1, so you know what they decided to make? They decided to make a dance mat for people with hand fits.
This is the PS1 Poppin controller for a series
Let's
of games labeled
go!
Poppin Music from Konami again. The sad thing though is that it's only for Japan, so please don't tell anyone. or else... The policeman. This was made by Beatmania because we don't want you to be womany, and it was ported to the home console market after a very successful Japanese arcade cabinet
okay, that
of the
makes
same
sense.
name. Personally, I have 6 games in the Poppin Music collection as you follow the adventures of Grandma's Kitchen Tile Hair Girl.
I was gonna make fun of it for a second, and then I remembered I own those taiko drums. So...
Let's party Poppin Music, yeah! Push! Poppin Music is kind of like DDR mixed with rock band drums. It's pretty straightforward. You see a bop, you bop it. You see a fly, you swat it. You see a spot, you pop it. But surely there's got to be more to it than that. How to play. Good. Glad we got that cleared up. Honestly, there's not much to say, but what you hear is this. I have always wanted to play along to my favourite disco hits while smashing a jackhammer on the table.
Won't you take me to Funky Town?
And the most adorable feature, it even has Pocket Station compatibility. I like this thing a lot. I'm gonna ring them up and tell them how much I like it.
It'll probably still work. No?
I think I called the Yakuza.
But I know what you're thinking. Does it work with other rhythm games like Vib Ribbon? Well, you'll be pleased to know it sure does. And half of the fun is trying to figure out which button does what.
Yes. Yes. No.
Alright, then how about if we try the best rhythm game of all time? Tarzan. Does anybody want a wipe? Amazingly, everything works, except for the fact that I can't run backwards. So if you're a Tarzan PS1 speedrunner that doesn't ever need to run backwards, this is the controller for you. Personally, I always wanted to smack a bit of plastic to call for a gorilla hint, so I'm very happy. The buttons themselves are really sensitive though, so if you do so much as breathe too heavily on it, you might... Oh, go away! Leave me alone, Turkish delight! Stupid traffic light... pop-off controller. I'm gonna run away to Crash Team Racing now. Everything here in the menu works wonderfully, and I was getting really excited to play the game. But then the character select screen happens, and I officially turned the game into a roundabout. I have absolutely no idea why it's doing this. I'm not touching anything. You spin me right round, baby, right round, like a cash panuka, right round. Crash Team Racing, more like Crash Team Retching. Then I tried out Bugs Bunny and Taz Time Busters, and I have the same issue. I can only move in one direction forever, but at least now I'm in a 3D space, which means I can also jump, kick, change characters, and move a total of 15 degrees to the right. I'm pretty sure that's a feature on the back of the box. Then I got a hold of Taz, threw him into the lake, and watched him struggle as he slowly drowned because I couldn't get him back up. What is it that the kids say in Twitch chat nowadays? Poppers?
So yeah, Konami were the kings of PS1 musical instruments, weren't they? They basically did Guitar Hero, DDR, and Rock Band drums before anyone else on the
Crash Team
PS1.
Racing.
And they also did this.
Poppers. Coggers. What is that?
Oh, bonjour everyone! It's the hardest working chef who keeps cooking for his customers even though he has COVID, Sandwich! Cover your mouth when you cough. And today we're going to be
I love bread.
frying sausages with my new gadget, a hob with an organ.
Right, I feel like I'm going insane. Okay, so along with everything else Konami did for musical instrument rhythm games on the PlayStation, they also did this, Beatmania. And where I was initially expecting it to make me feel like...
No, we played bass, that's so cool.
It's basically a primitive version of DJ Hero with a keyboard, so instead I felt like... It works. Yeah, it's pretty fun. There's not much to say about it. It's just your typical rhythm game, but with a wiki woo and a DJ. But what I really want to know is, can you play Lego Racers on it? Well, you tell me. Even though a few buttons on the controller are mapped to the keyboard end of the deck, the disc scratching bit is only mapped to up and down, so you can't turn. And the same rules apply to Alien Trilogy, which even though is very depressing that I can only move forward and back and strafe, makes it all worth it when I can say out loud,
Look, Mom, I shot an alien with a piano!
Well, I guess it works perfectly
DJ mode on keyboard!
Playing Pong with a gas
Sort of
pop. Now I've
Pop
seen
with a
everything.
Pong
Oh
face!
my man, this has been absolutely exhausting. I'm starting to flag a bit now. But trust me, don't go away yet, because I think I've saved the best for last. Do you remember a few years back, I made a video all about retro PlayStation 1 magazines. In some of those issues were picture adverts for upcoming gaming controllers and peripherals, including a PS1 controller cup holder, a Jogcon light gun bazooka, a PS1 controller with the England flag on it, and a PS1 controller that is also a shoe.
Thank you.
And you are all going to be so sad to hear that no matter how many Google searches I did and no matter how many eBay searches I did, I couldn't find these things anywhere. And even worse, I couldn't find even a mention of them on the internet outside of those magazines. So I think they were jokes.
Ha ha ha, you got me.
But there was one thing I managed to uncover from those magazines. One single thing. And I'm so happy I did, because... Hey kids, meet your new stepdad! Hello there, little scamps!
I did it! I found it! The PS1 glove! You thought that the Nintendo Power Glove was the only one? No siree, no Williams. Here is the officially licensed video game control glove for the PlayStation. The only
the font on it looks like you wouldn't steal a car
to get you in the game. Might want to plug in the console first, though. What are the features of this ungodly instrument? Compatibility with all PlayStation games, approved official PlayStation peripheral, fits comfortably onto the forearm and hand, and you become part of the game. Holy shit, what a feature! I have been desperate for years to jump into my PS1 and have an affair with Bob the Builder's wife. You take it out of the box, strap it down to your arm, and there you go. Here it is. This wretched junk, this parasite feels horrible. It follows every single finger and wrist movement you make like a conjoined twin that never made it. To make things move on screen, you have to bend your arm around like Betty Spaghetti to make this lever system work, and it takes a surprising amount of muscle to do it. Plus, the buttons are all smushed together, it has the worst thumb button placement I've ever seen on anything, and I don't know if I should be playing a video game or studying black holes talking like a robot.
And I know it's predictable, but I've got to try Glover on it, haven't I?
Whee!
No. Jumping Flash? No. Dave Mirror Freestyle BMX? No. Do I even dare? No. Oh! Once upon a time.
No, what is this thing?
The end. After all of that, I could really do with a massage.
You are a code
Anybody
book?
got anything to help me out?
South Park game? Special package?
Is that a PS2 vibrator?
Surely not! Nah, surely not!
Oh, there you are!
It basically is, do we have to skip this segment? Wait, Gooey, did you predict this? I think that's the end, actually. That's it, we never get to find out what it is! I think we just found out. Troll chat. He got you again. What a crazy video of PS accessories I have never even heard of. What even was that? Oh, it's like an additional rumble pack for your PlayStation? Interesting. You can see why it's one of my favorite Caddy videos. My throat hurts from laughing. That was crazy. Thank you guys so much for recommending me another Caddy video. If you have any recommendations for videos for me to watch or games for me to play, please leave them over on the Discord server. I must go and get my very own controller with a